What's up, Street Thugs? Brigg here, and we are back with City of Heroes builds. This is my Firekin Fire Farmer build. This is one that I've posted actually twice before. The first one without bonfire. The second one, the video for some reason was really fuzzy. So I've had a lot of people ask for it lately, in game as well as out. So I am going to fix it. Finally, I think it's been a year, maybe more. Might even been 2019. I hope not. But so we're going to go over this again. As you can see, there is a demo playing in the background. I did run it through my farm and take out some baddies with it. You guys can see it in action, but we're going to zip through this really fast. So as you can see, you're looking at the stats here. We have fire resistance, or fire defense, I should say, at 45% or more. 45% actually, obviously, is the soft cap. You don't need anything more than that. And the resistance for fire is at 75%. Can't go any more than that. We'll come over here to miscellaneous buffs. As you can see down here in this little area here, you have haste at 236%. Not only is that to get hasten as fast as possible, but that's so you can get your cinders, your flash fire, all those, your fulcrum shift back as fast as possible. So that's why I really push for recharge on that one. Plus your heal and endurance buffs, just in case you need to get that back in a hurry or you need to heal your imps. And then I have 2-hit buffs at 32%, accuracy at 39, and damage at 176. That is, I believe, with a boost on. Yes, Siphon Power. So Siphon Power is on in this case. But that way you can see there's huge damage boost. And then status, not really a big deal with status because you're just for fire farming. So that is that. We'll kind of go over the powers here real fast. So for your primary power set, obviously we have fire control and kinetics. We have, for fire control, we have char, fire cages, hot feet, flash fire, cinders, bonfire, and fire imps. For kinetics, we have transfusion, siphon power, siphon speed, increased density, speed boost, transference, and fulcrum shift. And over here in the power pole sets, we have leaping, I have combat jumping. That's primarily for mobility, as well as the luck of the gambler global recharge. And then for speed, we have hasten and super speed. Concealment, we have stealth, grant invisibility, and invisibility. One of those invisibilities might be tweaks. You might have to grab another one. I don't think I have mids adjusted, but generally you're going to be taking 3 of those primarily for a mule power. Leadership, I have maneuvers. And then for fire mastery, for my epic pull, I have fire blast, fireball, and fire shield. And for my incarnate powers, I have vigor. For your alpha, that's the Vigor Radial Paragon. This one improves your healing, your accuracy, your endurance reduction, confusion, sleep, and fear. And then for my Judgment, Ion, of course. And then for my Destiny, I have Aegis Core Epiphany, because this build is a heavy endurance burner. For my interface, I have Degenerative Core Flawless Interface. That's for chance for a minus XP plus a dot. There's a couple options you can do with but this is what I went with for this one. And for hybrid, I have Control Core Embodiment, and this is for the chance for psionic damage, plus the +1 magnitude that it's going to increase my flash fire, my cinders, all your little buffs that it's going to help with for holding the group. That's what that's for, that +1 magnitude. And then now let's go over the powers. So for Char, I have Apocalypses. I have all but the chance for damage, negative damage. You can put that in if you want to. Primarily, I was going for that +4 damage buff as well as a 10% enhancement for recharge. You can totally stick in that proc in there if you want to. It's not a bad idea if you did. This is just how I threw it together. For Transfusion, I have Preventative Medicine. I have all 6. And that's primarily for that you get an enhancement for endurance discounts as well as the chance for recharge. Plus, you get a 3% resistance for fire and cold. And you do max out on the 6% fire resistance with several other abilities. So trying to get that extra little bit out of that 3% helps. And then for Siphon Power, I just have an endurance reduction. And then for blue. For combat jumping, I have Luck of the Gambler Global Recharge. And then for the other 5, I have reactive defenses. Again, you have an endurance discount as well as that 3% resistance. And of course, you get the scaling resist damage. So that's a nice boost to resistance for everything, primarily fire. Coming here to fire cages, I have 5 of the superior will of the controller. I did not take that last one because it was primarily defense for ranged. I don't need ranged. We're primarily focused on fire. So, and then this one gives you a 4% damage boost, as well as 15% accuracy and 10% recharge. Big bonuses there. And then for the 6th slot, I have Annihilation, which is the chance for resist debuff. When I made this, I was really big on resistance debuffs because the controller is not going to do as much damage as other characters. So I was trying to get them to go as fast as possible. That is why I went for Degenerative for the negative HP. Come down here to Hot Feet. I have all 6 of the superior avalanches and primarily for the 5% for fire defense. And then over here in Super Speed, I just have a Sprint. If you were going to use this more in PvE, there's a couple things I would do. Like in Sprint, I would probably throw in that Blessing of the Zephyr for the knockback. But in this case, I just put in a Speed. Flash Fire, we have all 6 of the superior Frozen Blasts, and that again for that 5% for fire defense. That's a really important one. Come up here to Stealth, I just have the Luck of the Gambler Global Recharge. Come down here to Siphon Speed, just a blue, endurance reduction. Come down here to Increased Density. I have 5 of the Aegis Resistance. I took everything but the Psionic Status Resistance. You're not going to need it in this build for fire farming, but for these Aegis, you get quite a bit of defense for fire because you're going to get the 3.13 defense for the 3rd one, and for the 5th one, you're going to get an extra 1.56. So that's primarily why I took it. Just a lot of fire defense. Come over here to this last one over here, the 6th slot and Increased Density. I have the Steadfast Protection. That's for that Steadfast, that +3 defense. That's a huge one. I'm down here to Cinders. We have Superior Entomb. I took all 6 of them, and again, that's that for that fire defense of 5% because that's massive. Down here to Speed Boost, I have the Chance for End. You can do whatever you want to here. If you feel like you would need to put a recharge in here or whatever, that's fine. I put the Chance for End. A lot of people are a big fan of the performance shifter proc, so I stuck it in here. Come down here, Grant Invisibility. This is another mule power. This is the Luck of the Gambler Global Recharge. Come down here, Invisibility, same thing. Luck of the Gambler Global Recharge, another mule power. Down here to Maneuvers, I have 4 of the Luck of the Gamblers. I have obviously the Global Recharge, and then I have the other 3, which are going to give me 9% accuracy. That's why I took it. Nice little bonus there. And then I have the Shield Wall Resistance, Teleportation, and 5% Resist All. That's going to help you max out your fire and cold because that's going to be tricky, but that'll get you your fire and cold resistance up there. Come up here to Bonfire. Bonfire, I have the Overwhelming Force, the damage chance for knockback. It pretty much changes your knockback to knockdown. There's a couple different options. You can do the sudden acceleration. I've always felt, because I have tested it many times, Overwhelming Force gives you a better overall, where you never really feel like you see any knockback. Where the sudden acceleration, I felt like I did see knockback every now and then. Your choice, though. But that's what I put in here. Fire Imps, I put 4 of the Soulbound Allegiance. I have the Chance for Build-Up proc. And this one gives you a +4 damage boost to all. For the 5th slot, I have Expedient Reinforcement. This is that resist bonus for pets. It's just a pet resistance power. And then I have the Call to Arms, which is the defense bonus for your pets. These do not work for you. These just work for your pets. But I have those in there. Transference, I have the Performance Shifter, in-mod accuracy. And then I have Efficiency Adapter, in-mod accuracy. That's really just for endurance and accuracy, so I can gain both of them. Because you don't want transference to miss. That's why I'm really focusing on accuracy in this point. This is a big one, though, because if you have no endurance, you are in trouble. Fulcrum Shift, 2 recharges. Come down here to Fire Blast. I have all 6 of the Superior Winter's Bite. Same reason as before with the other winter sets, is I'm going primarily for that 5% for fire defense. Granted, all these have 6% fire cold resistance. Also a huge bonus. Recover's not so much of a big deal because you are going to be running Ageless as well as Transference, but obviously 4% recovery and several powers is going to help. Fireball, I have 5 of the Ragnarok damage. Did not take that proc for knockdown. You do not need to be adding any more knockdown because, like I said before, too many knockdowns becomes knockback. And this one, of course, you get the accuracy, you get the 10% recharge, you get the recovery, you get the fire and cold. And then for the last power here, I have Annihilation again for that chance resist debuff. Again, like I said, I was focused on resistance for debuff or debuff resistance or however you want to call it. There's probably other options here, but that's kind of what I stuck in there. Annihilation is one of those powers you can stack. Come down here, fire shield. I have 5 of the Aegis, again, to max out my fire defense abilities. And then for the last slot, I have Gladiator's Armor. That is for that 3% defense all. And then for Hasten, I have 2 recharges. Come down here to health. I have the Numina Convalescence, the Regeneration Recovery, as well as Miracle Recovery. Got both of them in there. And then, of course, Stamina. This is for that chance for end. You can put that in if you want to. If you want to go for the Stamina or the Endurance modifier, you can. I usually prefer that one, but like I said, everybody seems to be a big fan of that, so I threw that in there. So that is the fire controller for fire farming, the Firekin. It's a really nice build, as you can see in the background. I don't really have an issue of dying. If you keep that heal on rotation, though, because I didn't really keep it on rotation, but if you keep that heal on rotation, you will help keep your imps alive, because that's usually the big problem with this kind of build. Bonfire is going to be like a really nice mitigator to keep things from hitting you, because they're going to be flopping like fish constantly. But if you keep that heal on rotation, you should be okay. And if your pests seem to like scramble off too far away, hopefully they'll be respawn. You can just respawn them right there, and obviously it'll kill those off and then start them right back to you. Hopefully they won't run off back to the same spot. But really fun build. Fire controllers, or the Firekin especially, it's a really fun, but it's a very busy build. So it's not like you can just go AFK. It's something you have to constantly do. It does take some effort, but because it is a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any suggestions for a build you want to do, please tell me. I'm working on a couple of them right now. I do have the Spines Fire PvE build set up. I'm going to be recording that soon. And I have a couple other ones. But thank you guys so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. And I will see you again soon. Stay golden and take care. Bye-bye.